Hey, what's up guys? This is just going to be a really quick video covering the different columns in the bulk sheet tab. So once you get it initialized, and this is for the sponsored products version as well, I'll have another one for sponsored brands, but sponsored products, the first column here is the entity. So if we select that, you'll basically just be able to kind of filter for different levels of your campaigns. So the upper level is going to be the campaign level. Then it goes bid adjustment, which is related to your product placements. And that's going to be campaign level placements. So you can see here, I'll just probably be easier. So these are product pages here, top of search here. There's the metrics associated kind of with those campaign level metrics. Your upper level campaign level metrics are here. And then the ad group is next. Your product ad, that's the field that has your Skew in it. So if you have a multi-Skew campaign, you'll have multiple product ad rows within that campaign section. One feature if you're just getting started with bulk sheets that can be handy if you go to bulk filters and actions, performance settings, go ahead and add headers. This will take just a second to add some black lines, and it's just going to add a black line for every campaign row. And that can just kind of be helpful for visualizing what's going on. If I scroll down here, basically every black row is a new campaign. So you'll see it, every campaign row has the campaign daily budget. If you have a portfolio assigned, there's your portfolio. You can edit these, within bulk files. And then when you go to upload your final file here, like we just covered in our previous video, that those changes will be reflected. So it's a good way to kind of quickly modify multiple campaigns. One thing I'll mention at this point, I don't actually recommend pausing campaigns or ad groups or product ads within bulk files, because it can get kind of confusing and hard to follow. You'll end up thinking you're targeting certain things, but you've got an upper level item or entity within that campaign pause, so you're in fact not running ads on those targets, even if the target level row are enabled. Like you can see here, if we've got the campaign pause, then none of these will get spent. So that's why I recommend only pausing the targets. And when I say targets, I'm talking about either the keywords or your product targeting rows, which product targeting is going to be like ASINs or automatic campaigns. So under the product ad, then you've got your targets, which are going to be your keywords, your product targeting. So you can see here, it's going to be product targeting. That's the field for ASINs. Let me go ahead and find one for you. Okay, so here's some ASIN targeting. But that's basically the makeup of your campaigns. It can be nice because you can just filter if you want to see all the campaign level data. You can just go there, click there, hit OK. And this will be basically all your campaigns. If you wanted to go back and enable all your campaigns, you could just change this value here from pause to enabled. You can see kind of all your upper level metrics. You can go ahead and sort and filter, just do anything you want there. If you ever want to get back to kind of the default state, you're just going to hit this show all button. I'm going to have another video that covers all of these buttons, but that's just a quick way you can get back to where we started. All right, and then you've got your campaign name is next. The daily budget, that's just related to the campaign level budget. Your portfolio ID, targeting type, this is either going to be manual or auto. Your ad group name, your bid, so these are going to be the target level bids. Your keyword text, that's where your keywords are going to show up. This product targeting expression, this is where your ASINs, if you've got any ASIN targeting or auto targeting set up, that's where those will show. Your match type, your Skew, the state of whichever level you're looking at. So the most important being kind of your keyword and target levels, making sure those are enabled. Again, if you have upper levels paused and your targets are enabled, you're still not going to be running ads on those targets, so be careful of that. And then here's a pretty crucial area here. These are going to be all your metrics related to whichever row you're looking at. So you can see, each keyword row has its own number of clicks it got, spend, orders, so on and so forth. And these are the actual, that's the information that's gathered and used in combination with the bid formula and bid input settings to give that optimized bid based on, the conversion rates and other metrics get factored in there as well. But as mentioned earlier, you can look at the upper level, ad group, campaign, your placements. If you want to just know your top of search placement metrics, you can look there. You can see this one's done real well on as far as orders and conversions on top of search versus none on product pages. The bid strategy, we went over that. The percentages, this is where you can adjust your placement percentages. So if you wanted to do like 100% favored for top of search, you plug in the number 100 right there. And then after that, these are kind of that we went over so far. Those are the default bulk ops columns. After that, though, these are some additional columns we've added in Apex in the initialization sequence just to kind of help with some of the filters and with the optimization, stuff like that we've been talking about. But column AC and AD are really critical for moving things over to the bid override table. So if you've got single skew targets, which single skew targets, I'm defining those as any targets in a single skew campaign where you're only targeting, again, one skew within that campaign, then what's nice about that is you know for a fact that any of these targets and any of these metrics that converted were associated with that skew. If you had a multi-skew campaign and you had, say, skew A and skew B, and you had a conversion on a certain keyword, you wouldn't know if that converted for skew A or skew B. So it kind of muddies up the actual optimization formulas a bit when you don't have that apples to apples kind of tie back to the skew. At any rate, in the previous video, we went over kind of how to move keywords over to the bid override table. You can basically copy these two columns worth of data if they're ones that you want to pay more closer attention to, and paste those over on the bid override table. The other nice thing you can do here is if you just want to know, obviously, all of your single skew targets, you can unfilter for blanks, and that's going to just show you at the target level anything that you've got in single skew campaigns. That can be useful at times. Percent of sales sort, that's helpful if we want to, for example, let's go, we've actually got a quick filter for this. You can click percent of sales sort, and it's going to sort your sheet here for anything that's enabled, and then it's going to put it in an order based on that percentage number. So now if we filter for a skew by skew, so if we go here now and just pick one of our skews and go over, we'll see that this percent of sales sort adds up to 100% down there. And we can see our top target is giving us 95 orders, is a loose match in an auto campaign. So you can just kind of get a breakdown of, you know, each skew by going down through that process if you wish. And then you've got your, again, optimized bid, you've got your conversion rate, cost per click, and the original bid. So that just kind of gives you a summary of the columns, and in the next video I'm going to go over some of these quick filters, which basically just kind of quickly manipulate this sheet according to what we want to see and allow us to kind of just do a kind of point and click operations to navigate around. So I will see you guys in that video. Thanks.